Most tourists get it wrong when they come here to Lisbon, Portugal's capital and must-see place. Not you though. You're gonna get to those must-sees in your one day here in Lisbon. And if it's too much to do in one day or you have extra time, stick with me. I have something for you later. This is quintessential Lisbon. You gotta take a tram ride when you're here in Lisbon, not only because it's an icon of the capital city, it's sensible transportation. These trams can get busy, however, packed with people and tourists, so stick with me. I got some tips for you on how to avoid all that fuss. That number 28 route, well, it's the historic route that was first developed in 1914 to take locals to the different neighborhoods around the center of Lisbon. As you can imagine, that's the popular route because now that route will take you through all these historic places that are on your to-do list, are on everyone's to-do list. So if you want to do it, number 28 and number 12, those are the routes you want to take. What I suggest is get to one of the stops early in the morning to get a spot on the tram and ride it as long as you want. The tickets are around €2 only. Now if you find one of the stops are too busy, don't worry, just walk around to a different stop and you'll be fine. Number 12 or number 28. 12 is a simpler route, a loop that'll take you to see most of Lisbon's historic and significant areas. After you're done taking the tram ride around the historic part of Lisbon, what you want to do is head down to the river, the Tagus River. There's a running and a jogging and a bike path there, and you can head out east to the area of Bélem. We're going there for two reasons, and one involves something sweet, so stick with me. When you get out there, make your way all the way out to the Tower of Bélem, and that's a reminder of back in the day when Portugal was a superpower, maritime superpower, a colonial superpower. It was built around the 1500s as a way to defend Portugal, also as a place where the sailors would set out and conquer the world. It's a Gothic kind of medieval design and it looks quite beautiful. You can make your way up to the top and get a whole view of the river. Also there along the riverside, there are plenty of little coffee stands, food stands, so you can get some food and just sit down and relax and enjoy the area. While you're there, just a few steps away is the Monument of Discovery. There put up for all the sailors who had set out to sea to discover the new world, but also to work the sea and fish as well. Then you're getting hungry, and remember I mentioned the sweets? Well, out that way is where the famous pastel de nata, Portugal's famous egg custard treat. Well, that's where it was born, the pastel de Bélem. Get one of those sweet egg tart treats. You can sprinkle some sugar on top or cinnamon, either way, or you can raw dog it as well. That's the place. A lot of people will line up outside to get them to go to take away. Tip for you is that you can get inside, sit down, check out the old historic place inside, get 2 or 3 of them, and get a super bot beer or a coffee. Perfect. Obrigado, obrigado. Pastel de nata is the perfect snack any time of the day. If you don't want to make your way all the way out to Bélem, I can recommend 2 different places to get your pastéis on here in the center of Lisbon. One's called Mantegaria and the other one is called Castro. I'll put the links to those down below. Otherwise, just spot any place around town, dive in, eat one, you'll be satisfied. If you're still hungry after you've had the sweets out at Bélem, I don't blame you. As you're heading back towards the center of town, stop off at Mercado Ribeira, the timeout market. In there, you're gonna find all sorts of different stalls, open seating. So you just go up to each counter, get the food items you want. And I recommend some sardines, some bacalhau, get some Spanish wine, the Torguita, get a super bot beer, whatever, feast. In there, you're gonna find everything you want. Look at that, they even have donuts. And what's perfect about that market, it's on its way back towards the center of Lisbon, so you can get your lunch there and then make your way back into the center. Oh, And did you keep your tram ticket from before? Because that ticket's gonna serve you all day. That is if you bought an all-day ticket. It'll serve you on the tram, it'll serve you on the bus, and yes, Lisbon has an underground metro. What you wanna do at the start of the day or at any point during the day to save yourself some precious euro is buy an all-day ticket. And those are only bought in certain places. You can't buy them once you're on the tram or once you're on the bus. You need to buy them from the underground metro stops or other locations. It's gonna be a big money saver, so remember to do that. 91% of tourists to Lisbon get this wrong, but you're getting it right. You and I are getting it right. We're heading back into the center of Lisbon to Castelo São Gorg. Yeah, that's where we were before, but I want to hit up the rest of this part towards the end of the day. It's an imposing feature at the top of Lisbon. You can't miss it, and it should be on your list when you're in the capital of Portugal. You want to get up there and see what the Romans built back 2,000 years ago. It was massively reconstructed in the 1940s. And well, because it's up there, because it's such an imposing site, and after the renovations, it really became a tourist attraction. So get there early in the morning when the sun's just right, or like you and I are doing later in the day. This castle is mad, it's so well preserved. Definitely worth a visit. Now, why there? Why do you want to go up there and get your viewpoint of the city when there's viewpoints everywhere, all sorts of miradors all over town? Well, this is particular, I think, and I wanted to share it with you because up there you're getting away from all the traffic. You're in the fresh air of the trees, pine trees. There are the cannons, the old cannons pointing off out from the city out towards the river Tagus. You're seeing the river. You're getting a great orientation of this great city of Lisbon, and that's perfect for a first-time visitor, and that's what we're doing. And it's probably around 3 p.m. right now, 4 p.m., and we're just relaxing and taking in the view in Lisbon. Now, if you're not satisfied with that, don't worry, I have something that's even better than a rooftop bar that you can check out when you're here in Lisbon, so stick with me and I'll share it with you. No visit to Lisbon would be complete without visiting the historic neighborhoods of Alfama and Moraria. Those neighborhoods cascade down from the castle. There you're gonna find all sorts of little lanes that pass tile houses and little shady squares where people are grilling sardines over charcoal fires. And this place comes alive. All the little bars and restaurants around this time in the day when you're there after visiting the castle. So it's around 6 p.m. on towards 7 p.m. Portugal is a country that runs late. Just roam around. Don't worry about a specific route or navigating certain streets because it's all part of getting lost in those neighborhoods. Just soak it in. Maybe stop here or there for a glass of wine or for a bottle of beer. In Moraria, look for Casa de Fados, and that's where you can hear the soulful sounds of fado music that's so popular here in Portugal. Do you remember when I said I got a viewpoint that's better than any rooftop bar you're gonna find here in Lisbon? Well, think Miradouros. That's a viewpoint here in Lisbon. These terraces that are on the hillsides, because Lisbon is built on hills, and so you're gonna get excellent views on all these hills. So what you do is you put Miradouros into Google Maps and you'll see them popping up all around Lisbon. I have a couple I'll recommend for you, because why go get an overpriced cocktail at a fancy rooftop bar when you can simply find a Miradouro and chill out on the budget? 91% of the tourists coming here to Lisbon don't even think about that, but you got it. And a couple I recommend, well, it's gonna be Miradouro da Graça and Miradouro das Portas do Sol. I hope I got the pronunciation right on those. And what the locals do is they bring their own drinks, they bring their own food, and they go there, chill out, get the view of the river, get the view of the Atlantic Ocean if they got a good viewpoint, or you get up there, you'll find one of the kiosks, because Lisbon is all about these kiosks. They're everywhere, and you can get your sangria from there, you can get your super bock and chill out on the budget and just watch the sunset over Lisbon. Do you remember at the start of the video I said that I got more options for you if you have more time here in Lisbon? Well, stick with me. Before I get to that, if you're enjoying the video so far, please give it a thumbs up down below. Click that like button. Also, click that subscribe button right down below. It'll help you make sure you're not gonna miss out on any of the upcoming content. Also, helps me grow the channel, get these videos out to the world, to other food and travel lovers like us. Thank you. Okay, what to do? Well, visit Sintra, this picturesque hilltop town up at the top of Serra de Sintra. And there you're gonna see these colorful palaces that are UNESCO World Heritage Site. Get there early, that's my recommendation. Also, avoid weekends. Listen to fado music, the soulful music from the 19th century. It's easy to find, just roam the historic neighborhoods during the hours of 5 to 10 p.m. You'll hear it coming out of some small bars. Go into those bars and chill out and enjoy it, dance a bit. Or I can recommend a couple places, Club de Fado or Casa de Fados. Lisbon is a beach lover's paradise, so visit some beaches. I can recommend Cascais for a quiet, kind of easygoing escape, or Caparica if you want to go surfing. All these beaches are around Lisbon, and it's a great way to explore the coast of Portugal. Get your food game on. Lisbon is a foodie's paradise. From the traditional little tascas serving codfish cakes all the way up to the Michelin star restaurants, Lisbon is on par with London and New York for eating, so dig in. Climb up to the top of Plantel Nacional. From there, you're gonna see the white dome church, and you're gonna get views out of the river and all of Lisbon, and you're gonna get a close-up look at the church with its intricate designs. You can't miss it. It's in the Amalfa neighborhood district. If you want all sorts of information like this, I'm putting out a regular email newsletter with all sorts of travel tips and hacks. There's a link to sign up down below. Go visit Monsanto Park. It's on the western edge of the city. It's this massive, sprawling green space where you can stroll, walk your dog, run or jog, or just have a picnic. Another place to go to escape the hustle and bustle of the Lisbon center is Park Eduardo VII. There you're gonna get the great views of the river and also botanical garden. Take a sunset cruise on the River Tagus. You'll get some stunning views of the bridges and the Lisbon skyline, and with some luck, you'll spot some dolphins. Lisbon in a day. Many tourists get it wrong, but you got it right.